Well, hello there. ¿Cómo estamos, minasan? I hope you guys are doing well this morning, afternoon, evening. And double checking the other audio. There we go. Hopefully we're doing well this morning, afternoon, evening. Let me just resize myself slightly. There we go. I think that's enough. Perfect. This is perfect as I'm going to make it. Any hoozles. So, I hope you guys are doing well this morning, afternoon, evening. I am your data guardian angel, Tenebris Tenchi. And, yeah. Running a bit late. Just a smidgen. But here we are. Not terribly late. But considering how much I like to drag my feet talking about stuff happening in game, it's, yeah. It's gonna be a thing. I bet. Any hoozles. Let's see something here. Oh, that's right. That's why I was here. I was wondering why I was here instead of in the thing, and now I've remembered. I actually have enough to do a 10 pull on the basic pool, and I figured we might as well start the stream and see how lucky we get. I'm getting an A rank of some variety. Will I get Anton finally? Not sure about that, but you know, we'll see how that goes. And then, obviously there's the not negligible chance of an S rank of some variety, but obviously also not holding my breath for something like that. Let's see here. Oh, you wanna know what? I forgot to freaking post in my Discord. I need to remember to do this kind of things because it's kind of important. I want to keep this stuff up. I remembered everywhere else in my fervor to get online, and I forgot my Discord. There we are. Wonderful. And we'll put that in Z. I don't know why I bother posting in Z server since most of, you know, with her being from across the pond and most of her viewers are also across the pond, I think the only person who would deign to show up would be Chaos just because he can't sleep. Though, considering I haven't heard from him yet, that might be a good thing. Maybe he is sleeping. Thoughts for later. Alrighty. Oh, wait, there is one last thing. Neglected, but it's not as major. But it is something that I should remember myself to do. And then we'll pull. I promise. Oh, dang it. You are awake. Did you sleep sometime recently, Chaos? That's the only reason I say dang it. I was like, oh, maybe he's so quiet because he's not here and he's actually asleep for once. There we go. Let me double check. I might want to kill something. There we go. All right. That's what it is. It is what it is. But how are you doing, Chaos? In seriousness, obviously, I'm just playing with, you know, the sleep thing that we know that you are all averse to. Also, let me test this new feature. Slightly new feature. I'm just gonna keep this bitch. Well, clearly you're not sleeping now. You're here. Hooray! It does work. My multi-stream chat in specific, since I do stream to Twitch and YouTube at the same time. I could do more, but I decided to kind of limit it down to those two. Now I can chat from there, so I can see Twitch and YouTube, and I can send things to Twitch and YouTube, and I am happy. All right, who's ready for introductory temple on the main default banner? Since I have 18 of these reels. Ready, steady, go. Nothing. Let's see what kind of A did I get. B, and this is a generic A rank one, isn't it? I think one that I've already gotten. No, actually, I have never gotten that one before. What is that one? Let's take a look, see, since I am now down to that. What are you? You are a defense module. Original Transmorpher. Increases max HP when attacked, and the equipper's impact is increased by 10%. Ooh. I love how there's 3 Starlight Knight themed freaking engines. You've got this one, apparently. You know, because the ability is called Starlight Knight Flying Kick. You've got Billy's, that's the Starlight Knight Starlight Engine replica. And then you've got this one over here, that's the Starlight Engine. The Starlight Knight series is super popular in New Eridu, isn't it? More so than I think it is. Anyway. That I could probably give to... Well, I have a bunch of defense engines overall. But one of those I could probably give to Seth when he shows up on the next banner. Alrighty. Are we ready for Qingyi's agent story? The case of the missing bamboo. I've seen memes regarding this about tears being shed, and I'm curious. We'll find out, I suppose. I have been actually slightly unnerved by a particular bamboo side quest. Literally what's it called? A crisis is a crisis of self, per se, because 2 bamboo ores merging due to a black market thing. Anyway, I'm not going to go into too much detail over it. I've gotten pretty far with Qingyi on her trust as well. I haven't maxed her out yet, but at the very least, I know a little bit more about her. Alrighty, we ready? Steady? Let's go. Let us begin. The video store doesn't seem to have much traffic today, so the two decide to watch a movie to kill time. This part is so moving, no matter how many times I see it. At that moment, there's a sudden knock at the door. Bubbly voice. Hello, knockety knock. Got a problem? Call NEPS. Peer-to-peer community service at your doorstep. Please open up. That doesn't sound like anybody I know, though. Bubbly voice. That's not Qingyi. I mean, like, it's gotta be Qingyi because obviously this is her story, but if I was here, if I was actually Wiser Bell sitting here listening to that, I'd be like, who do we know as part of NEPS that's that bubbly? Technically, the closest would be Seth, but they haven't met Seth yet. just as we were reaching the climax of the movie. Well, could you please get the door? Let me enjoy this movie for a little while longer. Lazy ass mother brother. Okay. Hello there. You've booked a peer-to-peer community service from NEPS. No, we haven't. Did we really book a service from public security? I'm Officer Qingyi, ready and at your service. Is that Qingyi? Something strange. No kidding. Like...
Pleased to meet you. I'm Public Security Officer Qingyi. May I know the specific request you have for public security community service?
It's not as bubbly as what I was picturing in my brain based on what we were hearing, but... yeah. It is a little bit more bubbly than Qingyi is usually. Hummer. Anyway.
Shh, hold on for a second.
Oh, is that you, manager? My apologies. I didn't recognize you while I was in autopilot mode. What are you two?
Oh, she was in autopilot mode. Well, I guess that makes sense, but...
If even androids can understand the meaning of life, then perhaps humans can too.
Huh?
Finished. What a classic.
You're in the other room, bro. Shut up.
What are you watching so intently?
See, that's the usual tone that I'm used to from Qingyi. Endbringer 2. Wait, is that supposed to be a Terminator reference? Considering if an android can learn the meaning of life, then maybe humans can too. And it's... I think this is a Terminator 2 reference. They've been very good with their movie references. You wanna know what? I wanna mess with something with the mic. You guys tell me how I sound. It's just been something that I've been putting on the back burner because it really doesn't matter, but it's starting to bother me a bit. All right, let's see where that's at. Okay, that actually feels a little bit better. Or at least better in some sense. You guys can still hear me clearly, right? Let's see. Let me ensure one other thing. Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted. That's fine. Okay. All right. I'm listen to things here just to see how that sounds. Okay. Not bad. Could be better. Doesn't seem like it's peaking, at least. There are some times where it seems like it cut off really hard. Yeah, but at least it's just having the usual I don't have sound foam background echoes, which is not as bad. I can deal with that. I will live. I'll just cry on the inside. Anyway, if it is a reference to Terminator 2, then why would I want to recommend it to Qingyi? I would think, yeah, let's do this one.
Endbringer 2. It's the kind of classic you can watch over and over again.
And Terminator 2 definitely is that.
Oh,
absolutely.
Is the film that captivating? One moment. Just give me a second. And done. I've watched it.
Okay, hold on. Stop. Explain. Explain yourself, officer.
It's about an E800 model android protecting a little girl amidst the perilous apocalypse, supporting each other through thick and thin.
Yep, this is Terminator 2, just with the backdrop of, you know, the current apocalypse that Eridu is going through. So, makes sense. But also, yeah, E800 Endbringer instead of T800 for Terminator. Ha 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 ha. But again, explain yourself.
They gradually become attached to one another, but in the end have no choice but to part ways. The plot's decent enough, I suppose.
The plot isn't really the main point of Terminator 2. I mean, like, it is. It has some depth to it, but it really is kind of like a popcorn flick.
So you actually went and looked up spoilers. Watching movies like that is a real waste, officer.
She said she watched it, though. Like, that would have been my assumption, based upon what we were seeing before, is that she's watching spoilers, but it doesn't seem to be the case.
I didn't look up spoilers. I simply extracted the movie from the database for data analysis and pattern recognition.
See, that's what I thought she did. That's why I was asking her to explain before I made the assumption that basically she downloaded the movie and watched it in her brain. And it's just like, wait, officer, did you... Okay, 2 questions now. First off, was that copy of the movie legally purchased? First off. Officer, please, can you guarantee me that? And secondarily, if that's the case, why did you have me watch thousands of episodes of a freaking Travel Channel TV show when you could have done that? What was the point in asking me for that? Is there not a record of it?
Master, this is technical jargon of an advanced artificial consciousness. Allow me to translate for you.
I got it, Fairy.
Yes, Qingyi essentially read spoilers.
Right, okay, I get it. That and thank you for that, Fairy. But also, I guess it does make sense why I was like, no, technically she didn't. No, technically she did. She didn't watch the movie because obviously she would have to watch it with the runtime. She just literally scrubbed through it and, you know, picked apart what was going on. And because she's artificial intelligence, just like Barry is, she's able to do that at lightning speeds.
The smart voice assistant you two are using seems to have quite the unique personality setting loaded into it.
Yes.
Ah, right. I happen to have a work-related matter which requires your assistance. I need to borrow some tapes to further analyze human behavior.
Okay, that makes sense, but why did you come here in auto mode then? Was it just so you could kind of rest while still doing work?
Horror movies, to be exact.
Huh?
With mysterious forces at play, the more the better. It's for Public Security's community service program.
Okay, while there are some movies that actually do very well at portraying human psychology, there's some that really, really, really don't. Slasher picks is all I'm gonna say. Slasher picks are usually most people don't act normally in those. Yeah, actually, that's a big.
Can't you directly access those from a film database?
You've already done it once. Why are you asking for our help?
I can tell you find the whole thing a little unusual too. But I assure you that such background data is required for my task.
That's not what I asked, though, Qingyi.
Since I've taken it on, I should be somewhat serious about it. Even if this community service itself is, dull.
Which is why you activated autopilot mode, right? If only I could also handle tedious tasks while catching up on sleep.
Seriously, though. For real, though. If I could just shut off my brain, let my body do things on automatic pilot. Oh, that would be so nice. Qingyi, share. No, wait. I'd have to be born the way she is. Wish I could do that.
Tedious. Ha, ha. As if the mere word tedious could encompass everything.
I mean, fair. There's no way you can do that already, Chaos. I call BS on that. I'm sorry. You can't literally shut down your brain and let your body walk around without it. It don't work that way. Unless you're claiming to be an automaton. I mean, and if you are, cool. I know I have an automaton buddy. I like that, but...
It all began when the bigwigs at public security realized that no matter how many decrees they make, Internaut is still unstoppable.
Yeah, because you can't police it.
As a result, who else other than Officer Juyuan proposed a strategy of guiding rather than blocking?
Of course it would be Juen. I don't feel like you actually fell asleep though, because I know a similar thing that I do, and obviously it's a lot more dangerous, but it's happened to me, where I'm driving down to work. It's like a freaking hour-long commute, and all of a sudden, you know, I'm focusing on what I'm listening to in the car as, you know, not necessarily white noise, but it's just stuff that I'm using to not go nuts while waiting in traffic or driving down or whatever. And all of a sudden, you know, I kind of put my focus back on the road. It's just like, wait, have I already done like 30 minutes of the drive already? What the heck just happened? You don't literally shut your brain down like I think Qingyi goes, but similar, I suppose. I don't know if you could really do that. I guess if I could do it while driving, you could do it in the game, but then again, driving on a highway or freeway, whatever you want to call it, lots of lanes, pretty much a straight shot. Don't have to focus on much at all for anything unless you start seeing red lights in front of you. Yeah. Where a video game, I guess it depends on the video game. If the video game's more chill, maybe.
Citizens have a real need to face the hollows and can't always turn to public security for everything. So Internaut has naturally appeared to meet those needs.
I don't do it on purpose, Chaos. I don't do it on purpose. If I did that on purpose, if I could do that on purpose, I'd probably do it more often. Then I would definitely be living dangerously. But the fact that it's just me zoning out, listening to what I'm listening to, you know, it's a whole different deal. Yeah, because I think that's the difference between what I assume you did and what I definitely did. It's more like zone out. You're still present, but you're not fully there. Whereas I have a feeling because Qingyi's an automaton, he's just gone. He had no idea up until, you know, the sensor brought in Wise's voice, and she's like, "Oh, I'm here. Okay." Oh, I clicked off the thing, didn't I?
If only every public security officer could dedicate a set amount of time to community service, helping citizens with their actual problems.
I bet you they would if you paid them overtime, but I don't think the public security is willing to do that.
Once we establish trust between citizens and public security, then the plan to completely eradicate Internaut will have taken its first step.
That's fair. Honestly, this is actually not a bad plan. Why would people turn to black market goods for something that's basically illegal? Because basically that the government, let's say in general, made it illegal without providing a proper replacement for it. I'm going to point specifically to Gran Turismo. It happened to be a driving game on top of everything. Interesting. Huh. It's actually kind of funny that I brought up the fact that I can zone out driving IRL, and what you zoned out on was specifically a racing game. A car racing game in particular. But going back to what I'm saying, I'm reminded specifically of in America, we had a time in the early 20th century where we banned all alcohol. And that wasn't the smartest thing to do. Especially when it was just an outright ban, not even like, oh no, 21 and older or something like that. No. It's just no. banned, done, the end. No replacements for you know, drowning ourselves in alcohol whenever we're depressed or whatever. And beyond the fact that how the heck are you supposed to police that? Yeah, the Prohibition era, exactly. The best way you want to do to limit someone from breaking the law is to either provide an alternative to that law breaking, or put the punishment being as fair as possible for the law breaking. Obviously, we're not sure what the punishment for proxies and internet usage is, but there really isn't a replacement for the internet when people really need help and public security isn't doing what they can. Probably because they're stretched thin. I'm going to be fair on public security and say they're probably stretched thin. But still, you can't say, no, you have to come to public security for that. Okay, will you help me? No, we're too busy. That doesn't help. Oh, that's a great strategy. That you know what?
That plan would nip the problem in the bud.
Indeed, Zhu Yuan proposing such a comprehensive plan is really reassuring.
You know, she is an automaton. I'm sure the fact that that you know, you guys are stuttering is going to be very obvious to her in the first place. And going back to the prohibition on alcohol, sorry, just to finish, my biggest issue with it, you know, from obviously hindsight being 2020, was why the heck did we put it in the Constitution? Okay, law, fine, you know, still stupid, but you know, a law is a law is a law. But we also put it in the freaking Constitution, so to repeal it, we had to make another constitutional amendment to take that out. That was the stupidest thing we could have done. I have no idea why it became an amendment in the first place.
It is a good plan. However, for some reason, I sense that you two might not be completely sincere.
That's what I was saying. You guys gotta learn how to lie better. Every single time you get put on the back foot, you guys lie like a freaking... I don't know. I need a better analogy.
Never mind. I suppose I'm not entirely sincere myself. Mainly due to the absurd demands citizens are making.
What absurd demands are you talking
For
about?
example, testing whether their fiancé would flirt with other women behind their back. Or, I suspect there's some mysterious force at work on 6th Street. Please deal with it, officer.
So basically either not really public security work at all, or vague to the point of like, I don't know what I'm looking for. Because the first one, that's what private investigators are for at this point, right?
What's worse is my assigned partner today. Ugh, that guy. One second he's proclaiming that though community service seems a little trivial,
That guy?
he's determined and dedicated to taking up that task. Then, before I even finished a sip of hot water,
I still haven't gotten a reason why she drinks hot water. Like, obviously we were making jokes last time specifically that apparently it helps with the menstrual cycle and all that jazz. Knowledge that's interesting to note. I'll keep that in mind for future. But for now, it's not really relevant because, again, she's an automaton. While she might have a menstrual cycle, she continually does it. So either she's on the menstrual cycle all the time, which, holy crap, that's got to be dehydrating to say the least. Or it's for a different reason that has yet to be established.
he goes bolting off on another case somewhere else, like a gust of wind weaving through the mountains. Young people these days.
Solving cases with a public security officer. Isn't it just like the plot of that one movie? I'm up for it. Count me in.
I never expected the manager to be interested in such things.
If it's similar to a plot of a movie, why wouldn't you? That actually sounds very relevant.
I think Belle just wants to show off and strut around with the public security badge pinned on her coat.
Shut up, bro. You know you do too.
If the manager is willing to assist. However,
Oops.
giving you a badge is out of the question.
Damn.
Nominally appointing you as an assistant public security officer, though, is a possibility.
There's no, like, you know, lesser badge that you can give me? Like, it doesn't have to be an actual officer's badge, but you know, since I'm being, it's like with Nekomata's thing. We were used as a, what is it? Not an assistant, what's the word? But either way, can there be a badge for specifically like third parties assisting with public security?
Then you go ahead, Belle. I'll look after the store.
Then I'll go ahead and clear up the other community service appointments first. Let's meet on the street later.
Why didn't you come see us for the public security, the community service stuff? Especially since you were saying like we had to ask for it when we really didn't. Running down the street. Yeah, I'm fairly certain that they can. That's why I'm kind of baffled that Qingyi says, no, we can't give you a badge. It's like, you can't? I mean, like, I understand you can't give me an actual officer's badge, but there should be like an assistant, you know, or you know, that kind of thing. It just keeps just distracting me for a second. Sorry. Officer, did I? But Dad says I shouldn't be so stubborn. Why don't you tell me about it first, Holly?
No need to jump to any strange conclusions, Holly. Just tell me what's the matter.
Okay. Actually, it's about my good friend Teddy. He's been missing for several days now.
Is it a teddy bear or is it
Missing? There doesn't seem to be any filed reports about a missing person in this area.
I'm fairly certain that it's not going to be a person. It's going to either be a plush or a bamboo, I would guess, at this point.
Have you been to the public security office with your parents recently?
No, we haven't. Dad said since we just moved away from the old metro zone, we don't have the resources to deal with Teddy right now.
I wouldn't. I mean, the agent story is called The Case of the Missing Bamboo, so it absolutely does not surprise me that it's a bamboo.
But I'm really worried. I've never gone so long without seeing Teddy before.
Yeah, reporting's right.
Reporting it was the right thing to do, Holly.
The assistant public security officer is right. A disappearance is not a trivial matter and must be handled by public security. Do you have a photo of Teddy?
Yes, I have tons. At least I did. But during our move, because we were in a hurry to catch the evacuation train, all our luggage was...
Not a problem. Now, I will ask you a few questions. You must think carefully. The more accurate your answers, the higher the chance we will find Teddy. Understand? Let's start. Height? Weight?
Teddy is exactly 20 centimeters shorter than me, so he's 101 centimeters tall. He's heavier than me, about 32 kilograms.
Yeah, that's...
Can you describe the color and style of clothes Teddy was wearing when he disappeared?
A blue shark onesie.
It's a shark boo! It's a shark boo! Without a moment's hesitation, Holly answers all of Qingyi's questions. Following her description, Qingyi sketches Teddy's portrait. Turns out that Teddy's a bamboo. So Wiffy has the shark boo. I don't have a shark boo yet.
So, Teddy must look something like this, right?
Oh god, there's so many of those in the city. A sketch Qingyi made in accordance with Holly's description. So Holly's friend Teddy is actually a bamboo. Not just a bamboo, it's a shark boo.
Whoa, you can really draw, Miss Officer. That's Teddy. But he's been gone so many days. Do you think we can still find him?
Your case is now accepted, Citizen Holly.
Oh, thank you so much. Dad told me that the officers at Public Security wouldn't have time for this sort of thing.
Don't worry, Public Security Officer Qingyi will be on the case. But there's one last question I need you to answer. Can you do that for me?
Qingyi is honestly a very good police officer based upon her actions so far.
Okay,
When and where did you last see Teddy?
Because even her tone with Ollie is really sweet. Like, I think only Zhu Yuan would be better at this.
It was at the Gravity Cinema. I wanted popcorn, so Teddy went out to buy some. I waited until the movie was over, but Teddy never came back.
Gravity Cinema? That's right next to the branch office.
Yeah, I
and
was
yet
gonna
a
say, that's in Lumina
disappearance
Square.
happened.
That does seem strange.
Hey, you Ivy!
Let's go investigate.
Speak and she shall appear. How you doing?
Good. But first, I need to escort Holly home. Let's meet later near Gravity Cinema in Lumina Square.
I'm just gonna teleport if you guys don't mind. Apparently you have a shark boo? Oh. What are you banging around for? Nope. And stop banging around. Make me think like I have some HIA tokens for you. Huh? Qingyi? Are you okay? I can't even begin to attempt to give voice to whatever the heck that is. Huh. Analyzing search data. Please hold on. Ah, it's you, manager. I've just finished scanning all 283,019 surveillance camera footage in this area. I'll get a picture in a second. That was incredible. I simply extracted the footage from the database for a data analysis and pattern recognition. Actually, I did find some footage of Teddy, but it's kind of weird. It's of Teddy walking out of the cinema with popcorn in hand, craning its neck around though it's looking for something. The last place he was seen was right here in this parking lot. Although several days have passed, we should still perform a thorough investigation of this area. Leave it to me! Young people are always so full of energy. I'll leave this one up to you to handle, Assistant Officer. I'm going to run another analysis on surveillance footage, see if I missed anything. Alright, first off, so that there's less confusion. Actually, you know what? Even better. I know it's going to be more loading screens, but I don't care. Do the remodeling shop.
Good evening. Which part do you want to modify this time?
This bugger. Shark Boo. The Bang Boo. These are little sentient robots that we can use in battle of many varying varieties. Hello? Oh, I see what happened. Penguin Boo! Officer Kui, which we drew on last time we played. A million. Butler Boo. Devil Boo. My current usual regular one, Resona Boo. And safety. According to Chaos, it would be the Shark Boo. I just realized I'm only missing 4. of the bamboo.
I got plenty of new ideas. Let's try them out on Eos one by one.
That's not what he said. What he said was that you have them. I don't know how
Any
that
questions?
works
Come
out,
find me
but you know.
anytime. I'll be here.
Oh, and before actually we continue, now it's your turn to explain Chaos, because at this point I can't explain any more than showing them that. And I just remembered I took some screenshots that I did want to share today of like stuff that I played offline. Hold on. One of them I could probably pull up as, you know, there's a flashback for it, but like I said, don't blame me. It's just what I've heard. Okay, hold on. Oh, okay. I see. I see what. Okay, I think I've caught up to what Chaos is doing. Because we're solving a case with public security over the missing bamboo that happens to be a shark boo, he is fingering you as the perpetrator. That apparently took the shark boo from the young Holly. I see, I see. Yeah, I'm gonna play this one out just because it's funny. It's funny enough. So, during one of her trust events, no, I was lost too. It just occurred to me on that last one when he said that Wivy took the shark bamboo. I was like, oh, wait a minute. And he's laughing. Okay, he's accusing Wivy of stealing the shark bamboo. Gotcha. I'm on the same page, finally. Anyway, but one of Qingyi's trust events has her, she was literally running out of power on her, as the title here says, last percent. And I love what happens in these two little things, and I want to watch them real quick with y'all. So I basically push her onto the subway train. Since public security is close to the metro station, you decide to take Qingyi on the metro. Spotting an available seat, Qingyi sits down without hesitation.
Sitting down saves me about 3 seconds of battery power.
Oh, there are no seats left.
If I stand up again, I'll lose 8 seconds of my battery power. What should I do?
I love what they did with her voice for this. Obviously speaking very quickly in order
to... Did you not see that elderly man next to you?
Conserve battery power.
Yeah, I'm talking to you, green pigtails.
This is a misunderstanding. She's genuinely not feeling well. It's not like she's intentionally keeping the seat for herself.
Whoa, people will say anything just for a seat. What's the point of making up a lame excuse like that? Your friend with the pigtails looks perfectly fine.
For the time being.
That's not true. Please, just hear me out.
That's enough. It's all right. I should have offered my seat too.
The girl pats Qingyi's shoulder. With a loud clang, she falls to the ground.
Qingyi! What's happening? She's not breathing.
She was never breathing. She's an automaton in the first place. Well, actually, I say that. I say she was never breathing, but then Billy has an aerobic and anaerobic mode to his air filter, so... Anyway. How would you define breathing when it comes to artificial life, huh?
Calm down. She's just malfunctioning.
How am I supposed to calm down? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. What do I do now?
Nothing. You finally calm the girl down, struggle to lift Qingyi back up. Amidst the curious and shocked looks from other passengers, feeling awkward and unsure if you should explain the situation, you reach the destination, Luminous Square. And then we got to talk to Zhu Yen really quick.
You're finally back. Wait. Manager, your hands. I didn't know you two were a thing.
No.
It's not what it looks like. She
love
suddenly ran out of
that was her
battery,
first
and I was
reaction.
just bringing her back.
Oh, I see. That explains why I couldn't reach her earlier. Looks like her communication module was cut off too. Please follow me. We have a charging station in our office.
You and Zhu Yen place Qingyi on the station and wait patiently, but Qingyi shows no signs of life.
Qingyi? Hello? She's not responding.
She's never completely run out of power before. I'm not sure how long it will take her to reboot. What on earth did you do to her, manager? How did this happen?
Hold on a sec. Don't put it like that. Her battery was about to die when I saw her on the street.
Phrasing.
I've gone over her manual thoroughly, and she shouldn't have any issues restarting after losing power.
Okay, I'll leave this up to y'all. Which one of these three do you think would be appropriate? You know how a good kick can fix a frozen TV? When your computer freezes, you just need to hold down the power button. Unplugging the power cable and plugging it back in usually does the trick. Which one of those? Chaos says kicking. Excuse me. Not quite. Alright, kicking it is. I've waited long enough. I think. Maybe. Possibly.
Oh, I got this. When your TV doesn't work, a good kick usually fixes it. Should we give it a try?
Progressive maintenance.
Give her a kick? Hold on. Why am I even considering this? She's way more complex than a TV or a bamboo. Even with all your repair know-how, it's too risky. What if you break something?
You're making this sound weirder. Just stop.
That one? The first one I could see phrasing. Because she said, what did you do to her, manager? This has never happened before. To which, obviously was like, hold on, wait a minute. But actually, what did she say in specific? Yeah, what on earth did you do to her, manager? How did this happen? Which, okay, phrasing. To which, in this, even with all your repair know-how, it's too risky. What if you break something? How does that have a phrasing aspect to it?
I just heard a pfft. Zhu Yuan, did you hear that?
Qingyi, we heard you. Stop pretending. Are you okay?
I probably wouldn't be alright if I kept pretending. Don't worry, I'm fine. Thank you, Manager and Captain.
You got me. I was worried for nothing.
I was just being playful. It's kind of fun to pretend to be sick and see who actually cares, don't you think?
Sure.
Please forgive me if I've made you worry.
Can't believe you're acting like a kid at this age.
Anyhoozles. And then one other thing that's interesting about
Let me finish my
Qingyi,
cup of hot water.
beyond the hot water stuff, is apparently her twin tails are detachable. In one of another one that isn't replayable, unfortunately, Qingyi then resolutely pulls out her twin tails and puts them back after the emergency repairs are completed. The nanostatic eliminator. Wait, twin tails shouldn't have such a functionality. Not a wig. Also, Yuan slept over for a different trust event, which was hilarious. She's like, I just need a place to crash for a little bit, you know, because she didn't want to go all the way home, or what was it? Go all the way home, or go back to the office to sleep. Our place was closer, and she goes, just anywhere I could lie down would be fine, even the floor. To which the two responses that you could choose at that point were, yep, sure, be my guest, no problem. Or, sleep on the bed, in the bedroom. It's like, okay, that's a little heavy. Also, I saw Ollie in the police station from Nekomata's agent story, which was a nice little bit of world building, much like how we ran into Granny Laisha. I love the fact that these characters still show up. Alright, now let's look around, shall we? Let's continue the Qingyi story arc. Just some snacks. But maybe there are some fingerprints on it? Really? It did say that there were snacks. They might as well be animal crackers at this point. He had popcorn. We're just gonna give her just stuff we find. Belle is the worst assistant. Come on. Are we actually gonna dig into a trash can? For reals? Or recycle bin? That's actually interesting. Depending on when the missing bamboo has appeared and all this other jazz. This garbage can is almost spotless. Doesn't look like any clues have been left behind here. That actually might be a big clue. Why is that spotless when we found trash elsewhere? Autograph poster? An autograph poster. This thing must be worth a lot. It depends on what it is, but okay. Runaway bamboo. Why would anyone toss it out here like trash? How about you come home with me then? Belle! That's evident. That actually could also be evidence. Oh, is that it? I thought we had one more. I guess it's just random.
Judging from your appearance, it seems like you found something?
Yes and no. Honestly, we've established that Belle might as well be a gremlin, so...
I found a bunch of suspicious items. Pretty impressive, right? Please assess them, Qingyi.
Manager, why did you pick up so much trash? Don't tell me you thought all this was evidence.
Huh? So it's all useless? How could that be? And I was even thinking about how to respond to the compliments.
Ugh, Belle.
Completely normal for a first investigation. After all, evidence doesn't just fall from the sky, you know?
I mean, I will be on Belle's side slightly compared to what Qingyi just said. Qingyi just said, because Qingyi, not everything that's trash is not evidence. Trash can also be evidence, but you just need to know what you're looking for. But I assume that she's at least smart enough to know the difference between trash and evidence at this point.
Let me analyze these videos, then together with... Wait a minute. What's that in your pocket?
I figured. I was like, Belle, that's actually probably evidence. A signed bamboo nose picture? An old autographed poster that almost didn't make it as evidence. It says, you didn't even read who it was to? Belle! To Holly and Teddy. That was the most obvious bit of evidence. It was apparently something Teddy had on the day he went missing, which you didn't know, was never established. But it does say to Holly and Teddy, and that should have been automatic. It doesn't seem to be anything special. What clues does it hold? Well, it itself, we don't know, but it might direct us to something. It's a signed poster.
I picked it up earlier. earlier. It's a signed poster and seemed collectible, so I thought I'd take it home.
Belle,
It
stop!
has value as a collectible? Then it shouldn't have been discarded so carelessly for you to find like that.
There's that, and there's also the fact that it says to Holly and Teddy.
Without the manager's deep knowledge of films, I might have overlooked this detail.
Possibly, if you were just to canvass the entire neighborhood, yeah, you might have overlooked it.
The handwriting is a bit smudged, but you can still make out to Holly. If it was dropped by Teddy, it's worth further investigation. Let me scan it. Look, there's residue of a strong reaction from highly active etheric matter.
Interesting.
Quite a significant amount, too. An item outside a hollow contaminated with such a high concentration of etheric residue. This actually makes our search easier. I've also made some progress. I discovered a suspicious vehicle that was parked here when Teddy disappeared.
But was Teddy brought into said suspicious
If
vehicle?
it's related to the disappearance, then the vehicle might also be contaminated with etheric residue.
That's fair.
Let's go and check it out.
Is it still parked here? It takes some adjustment, but it's actually really fun to use. I do agree, Sho.
Very good, Assistant Public Security Officer. We quickly tracked down the suspicious vehicle. As I suspected, there's residue of a strong reaction from highly active etheric matter on the rear wheels.
The only negative is obviously some software doesn't work on it and whatnot, but if you're used to it, then you're used to it.
Oh, then is it already time to go arrest the suspect?
I should have done the first one, knowing Belle's gremlin nature.
No, that's not how this works. Criminal investigation requires concrete evidence. We need to keep calm, Assistant Officer. Etheric residue is indeed suspicious, but this is new Eridu after all.
You know, we haven't actually established who she was supposed to be partnered with that took off out of nowhere. That wasn't Qingyi. Sorry, that wasn't Zhu Yuan.
There are various causes for contamination with etheric residue. We can't quite deem it something particularly strange at this stage. No worries. I'll handle surveillance of the car. I don't need to sleep anyway.
But I did find you at 1% power not too long ago, so please, at least keep an eye on your battery. She's a gremlin, but she cares.
Is it really okay to work continuously like this? Even if it's you, Qingyi, don't overdo it.
Zhu Yuan always expresses the same.
I wonder why.
It's just unnecessary concern.
It's unnecessary, but because it's concerned, it's actually not
Everyone is acting
fully
like
unnecessary.
this. Zhu Yuan, Holly, and now even the manager.
Holly?
Humans are indeed an interesting species, projecting so much emotion onto things that are not even alive.
Wait, hold on. What? Do you not feel alive, Qingyi? I mean, I'm aware that, you're an automaton that, almost every single part of your body can be rebuilt or replaced, and that's fine, but to quote Descartes, I think therefore I am. You are a person. It makes sense. Heck, even the Bangbu are sentient. And they're less complicated than you are.
Though helping citizens is part of a public security officer's duties, Teddy is just a Bangbu. In the end, the existence of intelligent machines is to be discarded in place of humans when danger arises.
At my first opportunity, I will. Seriously. To think this started with a Terminator 2 reference.
Take me, for example. Despite being an advanced model known as a 01NG6 criminal investigation automaton, I'm essentially just a Bangbu with more complex functionality.
No. Absolutely not. No. Qingyi, please. Please, Qingyi, no. No, 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 no. don't get me wrong, Bangbu are a lot more complex than I give them credit for. But you're more than that still.
And regarding life and death, I believe Teddy and I are identical. Neither of us actually cling to it.
Mostly because you don't have the concept of it quite yet. The closest thing you have to a concept of death would be, you know, you lose all your power, but because you come back from it just by charging again. Huh. I think I know where this is going, considering the memes I've seen on this story so far. And the memes are just like, you know, where boys became men type thing, with many manly tears being shed. So it's like, huh. I think I know where this is going. And just generalized plot. Or not plot, but like the emotional core of this story is going to be Qingyi, except honestly, with what the line was that at the beginning of this thing from the movie we were watching. Yeah, it's going that direction.
I really didn't expect Holly to be so upset.
Why did Holly... Oh, maybe because she said something specifically about, don't worry about him, you know, even if, you know, he never comes back, he really can't die or something like that. I'm gonna go with this one.
I'm no expert, but the purpose of intelligent machines definitely isn't just to be discarded.
Should we introduce Qingyi to Grace and see how fast because now we have two different characters that we're like, oh no, never introduce them to Grace. Grace is just gonna start drooling all over them. In excitement, we have both Billy and Qingyi. And definitely Grace would be on the side of, no, we do not discard. Absolutely not.
A most interesting species indeed. Don't worry. Bangbu or automaton, we are not as fragile as humans.
Still doesn't mean anything.
Today's investigation was very fruitful. With these leads, we can apply for an official search warrant from public security. If there's anything I need help with in the future, I'll be sure to contact you. I'll be leaving now.
You know, something else I noticed, specifically with the difference between, I guess because maybe Billy is not as, either is more complex or less complex than Qingyi, or maybe is just built for a different purpose than Qingyi. That seems to be a dangerous thing to be happening. Welcome home, Belle. I see you haven't managed to completely shut down internet yet. How are things going? I've got some clues, but things are still kind of murky. No matter what, still a good thing that we're building up some goodwill with PubSec. Although, it does sound a little unfair to Qingyi and Zhu Yuan. As ordinary citizens of New Eridu, all we can do is wait for Qingyi to get back to us. It depends. If you're trying to emulate any Windows bits, which you can do on Linux, that thing runs about as loud as usual. But obviously, if you're only running Linux bits, that stuff does actually stay pretty quiet. Alrighty, part 2, let's go. I want to finish this whole thing tonight. Ever since checking out that vehicle, Qingyi hasn't been in contact. It just occurred to me. I wonder if Teddy's been found yet. At that moment, there was a sudden knock at the door. Calm voice. Huh? Last time I was bubbly. Oh, we're in Wise's room, I just noticed. Huh. Anyway. Hello, sorry to bother you. It's Public Security's Community Service. That means it's Qingyi. Got a problem? Call NEPS. Peer-to-peer community service. I'm Officer Qingyi. Sounds more normal this time, doesn't she? Speaking of which, who booked this community service? That is a good question.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Public Security Officer Qingyi.
Still a little bit more bubbly than usual, but not as
request
bubbly
you
as
have
the
for
start.
Public Security Community Service.
Seems like autopilot mode kicked in again. What do you think? Should we wake up Qingyi?
Yeah, however, there is a Linux build of that in particular show. That's my point. That's not an emulation of Windows material. That's what I'm getting at when I say emulation. She's a gremlin. I'm going for it.
Congratulations on becoming the head of public security!
Oh, very well. As head, my first command is to stop all community service.
Qingyi, no!
The video store managers? Oh, seems I was having a pretty good dream just now.
So androids do not dream of electric sheep.
You seem kind of tired. Are you okay?
It had been too long since I last shut down, and my processors were being occupied with redundant data. That's all. It matters not.
Wait, you can actually shut down?
I've been keeping watch over the suspicious vehicle we identified last time.
I'm just
and finally
clarifying
caught
because
evidence of it entering and exiting the Cretan Hollow. I've applied for personnel and carrots from public security. Once the approval goes through, we can go find Teddy.
Excuse me for interrupting. I thought I saw a public security officer heading this way. Ah, you must be Officer Qingyi. Our little Holly has really caused you trouble lately.
No, not at all. It's fine. As Holly's father thanked her, he handed Qingyi a brand new bamboo.
What is this for?
I'm so sorry. Kids don't understand. To trouble public security over such a matter is really making too much of a fuss. If it was lost, it's lost. That bamboo was old anyway. I thought I might as well buy a new one for Holly this time.
He's not wrong. In one sense, he's not wrong. That they don't understand, you know, that when something kind of is what it is. But what he also doesn't understand is, especially since we've established that bamboo are actually sentient, this is about as close to like a dog situation as we can get without actually having dogs, which they do exist in this world, but just point still stands. It's like, here, we got you a new dog. That makes it all better, right? No, it doesn't. That's not how this works. That's not how this works at all. I'm sorry.
Just reset the bamboo and give it to her. You can tell her you found Teddy, and that'll be the end of all this.
No, it won't, because Teddy had a different personality than the one that's in the bamboo right now. And we just reset it.
Your daughter must have really cherished Teddy.
I mean, she absolutely did.
Right. Please trust that... Oh, wait a minute. I understand, if that's what you wish.
Huh? Wait, hold on. Qingyi, what?
Huh? Qingyi? Why the sudden...
Weiss, she's doing a thing. The petite officer silently accepts the brand new Teddy, and Holly's father leaves feeling reassured.
He left quite decisively.
Yeah, this is feeling a little funky. Like, I could see a cleaner version of this guy, right? Like, I'm highly suspicious of him, but assuming that he's not a suspect, which I unfortunately feeling like he is, but if he wasn't, then he's not reading the room appropriately for his daughter, and he needs to really kind of have a heart-to-heart with her. But unfortunately, I have suspicions about this man, and I have a feeling that Qingyi is on my side with this.
Qingyi, what's your plan? Are we not gonna rescue Teddy now? The original Teddy, I mean.
He's just a father worried about his daughter. No need to argue over the details of the investigation with him. Moreover, I just received a message indicating that it's unclear whether this Teddy number 2 will be able to help.
Huh? Oh, I keep forgetting she's an automaton. She can do wireless communication offline, or at least off the airwaves that we can see here. So,
I've decided to handle it this way for now.
Did something happen, Qingyi?
Yes, the approval didn't come through. Bangbu can't be classified as people.
Oh. So I was right. She did hear something over airwaves that we can't hear. But,
It can't be handled as a missing persons case, only as a theft. So we can't get approval for extra personnel or a carrot. This means the rescue operation in the Hollow will inevitably be delayed. And by then, Teddy's chances will be quite slim.
as with most kidnappings, the longer you wait, the more, the more the trail goes cold and it becomes a lot more difficult. Or, not even kidnappings, let's even rephrase it to missing persons in general.
But deceiving Holly with a new Bangbu isn't right.
I never said we were abandoning the real Teddy. It's just that bringing the real Teddy back in one piece isn't very realistic.
Okay. Elaborate.
You haven't forgotten, have you? The biggest advantage of intelligent machines is replaceability.
Of pieces, sure. But your core still is who you are.
If an arm breaks, just attach a new one.
Correct.
If the body is damaged beyond repair, just get a new one.
Uh-huh.
As long as we can retrieve the most core memory chip.
Good idea. No wonder you're the public security's intelligence system. You see things from a different angle.
Okay, so this I can agree with, because while we've discussed about, it doesn't matter if the body gets broken, we still would worry about it, especially, okay, the Bangbu are one thing. The Bangbu are just cute and adorable. Let's just call them better minions, right? But Qingyi is modeled after a human being in the first place, so of course we would automatically project human status onto them, and thus she would, garner that kind of attention in general.
Master, stay calm. If you can't remain composed, then allow me to pour a bucket of cold cybernetic water over you.
Fairy, not now.
This plan has a flaw. Teddy is a model from 8 years ago, and there are aesthetic differences from this year's latest model. It seems Officer Qingyi's AI system requires further iteration for thoroughness.
Fairy, not now!
That's not a problem. The difference between the Bangbu isn't that big. Just some modifications to make it look similar to the older version should do.
That and that would be purely for Holly, but if Holly's mature enough, which I don't know that she is, we're not sure how old Holly is in specific, she's a child, we could at least say, hey, look, it's Teddy's core inside a new body. This is still Teddy. Obviously, as an adult, we can totally understand that, but a child actually might not, and that's fair. I'll go with the first one.
All right, Fairy, enough with the attitude. Please search for the specific differences between the old and new versions of the Bangbu.
Understood. Scanning the blog. OMG, is there anything cuter than the old Bangbu models? I just want to hug it to death.
I'm not going to blame Fairy for that title. She is searching the internet for exactly what this is. But that is definitely not a great searchable website, let me tell you.
Result 1. The old version of the Bangbu has a super chubby tubby tummy. Am I the only one who loves its tummy?
Oh, we're talking about like old Pikachu versus new Pikachu comparison now?
Result 2. The old version of the Bangbu is super duper cute the way it sputters with its mechanical kinetic core. Result 3. Wah! The previous version of the Bangbu clearly had more emotes. I miss those.
I'm loving Fairy's emoting this stuff. It's so cute.
Based on the results extracted from the blog, we can modify the new Bangbu's appearance based on these 3 points to perfectly replicate the old version of Teddy.
Sounds like you found some weird posts to read out loud. But thanks, Fairy.
Shut up a second, assistant.
You're very welcome.
I am a smart voice assistant dedicated to showing you different perspectives.
Oops. Did they forget to put the filter over her voice for that one? You guys heard it too, right? And now I think I recognize who she is.
You're very welcome. I am a smart voice assistant dedicated to showing you different perspectives. Based on the results extracted from the blog, we can modify the new Bangbu's appearance based on these 3 points to perfectly replicate the old version of Teddy.
So either she instantaneously got herself a better voice modulation, or, oops, bug.
In that case, the task at hand is quite clear. Let's start modifying Teddy number 2.
What are we doing? Are we doing a TV? No, we are talking to people to help modify. Oops seems more likely, I agree. The guarantee will be next time we hear Fairy, if she continues to not have a filter, then it might be either a gigantic oops, or it's a change that's going to keep going forward. Welcome! Oh, Dr. Qingyi. Mr. Enzo, your assistance is requested with a case of ours. Case? Please rest assured, there's nothing to worry about. All you need to do is replace the kinetic core of this Bangbu with an older mechanical version. Oh, you got great taste. I should prefer the slight lag you get when with the older models. I'm afraid that part's no longer available anymore. Yeah, let's bash get this shit together. Ah, great idea. If we can reassemble the hydraulics, the drive shafts, and the gears... There are some things that, once seen, can never be unseen. Like a Bangbu getting sliced wide open. Enzo skillfully, or like Qingyi taking off her pigtails. Anyway, Enzo skillfully installs the modified mechanical core into Teddy Mark II's chassis. This perfectly replicates the slight lagging sensation that the Bangbu used to have. Great! That's another stream of revenue for the store. As far as I know, a lot of people really like the lag. I'm kind of surprised this Bangbu's kinetic core is also slotted left of center in the chest. Just like mine, I think. I wonder why. Qingyi, it's almost like you all are modeled after humans, and thus should be, especially since you are sentient, considered almost as such. From an energy transfer and center of gravity perspective, it's far more logical to be smack bang in the middle. Exactly. Huh. How about that? Our hearts are located there too, by the way. It seems as though humans will always project themselves into any intelligent machines they design. Yes. Yes, we will. Forevermore. And they don't even have to be freaking intelligent. There's a reason why we call boats by feminine pronouns. Teddy Mark II's kinetic core has been modified. Round 2. Okay, yeah. So, next one's probably the weapon shop, so we are gonna go talk to Bai. It's easier to make a Bangbu chubby. It's easier to make a Bangbu chubbier. Just buy a Bangbu repair kit. It's a piece of cake, and you can make fully automated tweaks to any Bangbu's appearance. I once bought an old model repair kit from your store. Here's that order number. Yes, we got it. Please, wait a sec. I'll fetch that warehouse for you. Got a Bangbu repair kit. It takes a lot of work to stuff Teddy Mark II into the repair kit. Now, just let the automaton do the rest. A round belly, just like this, is much cuter. Well, even though it's already cute to begin with. Now that I think about it, humans always seem to lean towards being cute when designing intelligent machines. Case in point, the young... Yeah, no, I'm gonna... So, despite her old soul, the young officer over there definitely leans on the side of cute. Gosh dang it! Okay, you wanna know what? That counts. That counts. That absolutely counts. Thanks for the compliment. I never really noticed that I was being designed to be cute as well. I mean, yeah. I guess, you wanna know what? No, this is actually fair. Because self-reflection, even for humans. Oh, you think I'm cute? Really? I'm cute? What? Nah. That always happens. I sure am pretty happy with my current body. Mainly in terms of its functionality, though. Bamboo repair kit completes its curvy tummy modifications for Teddy Mark II. Susie! Been a while, girl. I haven't seen you in a hot minute. Wait a second. Her design looks very similar to the girl who's running the bubble tea stuff. Anyway. Come inside the store and check it out. Yeah, that's right. We got a new line of public security officer products in. That won't be necessary. But NEPS does happen to have a case that could use your assistance. Huh? You're really not gonna buy anything? But you're already here. I read this review from before saying that you guys can help factory reset a Bamboo's expression. Is that right? Oh, you mean that? Sure, that's a service we do. Have you still got the old emojis from 8 years ago, though? So long as you can think of it, we can do it. And actually, we can do even more. The first time you've ever heard about a hidden interface to calibrate Bamboo facial expressions. Who knew it was there? Emojis. Anything's fine. Do intelligent machines really need emotions? Aren't they just all simulated? One could argue the human emotion is simulated, but you know, whatever. No, not necessarily. I can this for the second bit. Sorry, I'm not reading things that you guys can't see behind me. Blech. So, what's terrifying is if they had no emotions at all, and that's not necessarily true. It all depends, because you have I can think of 2 automatons that didn't have emotions, relatively speaking, that actually are super adorable. You've got Baymax from Big Hero 6 and Data from Star Trek The Next Generation. Both of those are actually not terrifying in the slightest when they don't show emotions, for the most part. Data's the one that's a little bit more because there are points where he has emotions because he has an emotion chip. Also, it's very difficult to not portray some level of minor emotions for the actor. But Brent Spiner obviously killed it overall, so it's, you know, it is what it is. Baymax, absolutely. No emotion, just straightforward, but still adorable. Anyway. That was some good acting when you knocked on our door before. Why what? What did I do? I didn't do nothing. I promise. I mean, ordinary citizens have no idea that I'm an intelligent machine. But why would I act like I'm not in front of you, manager? Reset Teddy Mark II's emojis to those from 8 years back. How nostalgic. There's a sudden rush of people wanting to rent... Oh, this is why, sorry. There's a sudden rush of people wanting to rent videotapes. Well, there's a guest at home, too. I'm trapped between a rock and a hard place. If you're pretty much all done, please come back. We're flat out here. I'll come help. What is this? The thing you mentioned before in Discord? Oh, hi, Holly. How you doing, sweetie? My guess would be that because Linux is open source, it's a lot easier to get things running a little bit more smoothly. code-wise than on Windows. That would just be, you know, stab in the dark. I've never done like more than just scripting as far as coding is concerned.
Officer Qingyi, I just saw you and the video store manager on the street, so I thought I'd... What? Is that Teddy? You found Teddy already!
Let's see if she recognizes the logic core. Because obviously, visually speaking, that's Teddy. We made the full effort to make Teddy look like Teddy. But since the logic core's not there, it's not Teddy. Thus, will she recognize it? Or is she too young and she's more of a visual person? Let's see. No, never mind. I was saying that without reading what was in front of me here. As Holly excitedly runs over and picks up Teddy, she seems to immediately see through the adult's ruse.
This isn't Teddy. Officer, did you find the wrong bamboo?
Are you sure, Holly?
Are we trying to actually screw her over? I understand we couldn't get the stuff, Qingyi, but please.
Yeah, I'm sure. Teddy is my closest friend, and I would never mistake him.
Who is this voice actress? Oh my god. It's reminded me of at least two other voice actresses, but obviously because they haven't announced anything, I don't want to... It's the same with Fairy. When the filter on her voice showed up, I was like, oh, I think I know who that is, but I'm not going to mention it because there's probably some NDAs attached to that.
Teddy's ear should have a dent here, from when he tried to protect me from falling one time.
Do shark boos? Do shark boo have ears?
And Teddy's bottom should have glue on it from when I was little. The glue was stuck so strong that it wouldn't wash off.
From when I was little, says the little girl. But you all know that's how children are. That's adorable.
Officer Qingyi, was it because you couldn't find Teddy, so you...
It appears that you remember everything about Teddy, Holly.
Yeah. The one thing that you need to understand, Qingyi, is even if we adults might be on the same side as you with the, it doesn't matter if we can replicate everything and then give it in, a child is not going to be that way. In this case, she is extremely attached to her friend. Her friend, who happens to be a bamboo that, yes, can be replaced, body, but there's still a lot that she's very attached to. And this is not gonna work.
Listen, it's all because this rookie public security officer here trusted the wrong information, and we got the wrong bamboo.
Throw me under the bus, why don't you? What the heck?
Huh? You're blaming me?
Let's not forget that I'm a very experienced public security officer, and that I wouldn't make such a rudimentary mistake.
Says the person who needs to watch movies to get, you know, a handle on human emotion in general, or human thought processes. Yeah, sure, whatever, Qingyi.
From here on out, I will be taking over the case personally, and will definitely find Teddy.
Alright, safe face, you're too cute.
Really?
Yes, really. So, we'll be busy now continuing this investigation. Can you return home on your own, Holly?
Yes!
Holly obediently dries her tears and goes home.
What a sharp child. Even if they look nearly identical, and even if we could retrieve Teddy's memory...
I think if we could retrieve Teddy's memory, we could probably convince her and say, hey, look, Teddy got hurt and we needed to get him a new body. The end. And at that point, you know, even if she's too young to really get it, it's gonna have to do. However, that's why I was like, hold on, Qingyi, we haven't gotten his memory back. Is she gonna notice? She noticed mostly the physical thing.
Teddy number 2 would still be a completely different bamboo to Holly.
I actually buy this. A child might actually think that the same brain in a different body would be a different person still. Even if the adults know that it would be exactly the same.
The most treasured moments in life are those shared experiences that cannot be replicated.
That line is deep, let me tell you. I was actually talking about, what's the word I'm looking for? How the older generation looks at newer generation with the little guy over the weekend. Specifically, obviously, how, let's say, to use, generalized terms, how boomers look at Gen Alpha, and this actually fits there too. The most treasured moments in life are shared experiences that cannot be replicated. Thus, Gen Alpha has a shared experience with obviously their generation that the boomers do not, and they don't understand each other as a result. At least not easily, not without a lot of conversation, that the zeitgeist of either side, not the actual people, I'm sure there are exceptions to the rule, but like the zeitgeist of what each side is, will never do.
Okay. Like I've always said, humans are indeed an interesting species. Thank you for helping me cover up the lie just now. The next step is to venture into the hollow to rescue the Bangbu. It'll be much too dangerous for you, manager. I'll figure something out by myself. See you later.
I know why, because Qingyi doesn't know that we're Phaethon. But does Qingyi or Zhu Yuan have contact with Phaethon still? Separated? We'll find out. I suppose. Wise! Well, I've been busy at the store the whole time. How are things going with you? Then why are you in the back, bro? Anyway. Only saw straight through it. Thought so. I guess we'll just have to go into the hollow and find Teddy ourselves then. I wonder if Qingyi would be able to handle things solo. All we could do is wait for her to get back to us. I'm glad that those first two were actually pretty quick. Alright, number 3, let's go. Is this... Yeah, actually, yeah, look at that. Even beforehand, I don't remember seeing the recommended attributes on the list. So, another thing I forgot to mention at the start is I actually did the rank up, the last rank up for internet level. So if you notice, average level, enemy level is 58. Yeah, none of my characters are that high yet. But either way, what was I thinking of in specific? Words, please come to me. Let's just go. I have no idea. All right, now I remembered. I wonder if this is the part where it's going to be emotionally scarring based upon the memes that I've seen online regarding Qingyi's story, agent story. I tried to avoid spoilers, but that's the most spoilery thing I got. Let's see how this goes. It's almost community service time, but Qingyi still hasn't replied. Just as I simply begin to get anxious, there's a knock at the door. Hello, sorry to bother you. It's Public Security's community service. Public Security? Is that you, Qingyi? You look as though you've been tracking down so many clues that you forgot to get back to us. Val, haven't you been worried sick? Go check in on what Teddy's up to. When you open the door, you realize it's not Qingyi. Hello, got a problem? Call NEPS. Peer-to-peer communication, community service at your doorstep. I'm the on-duty officer. We booked Qingyi though. Here's the thing. Officer Qingyi is taking an annual leave today. She says she's got some important personal affairs that need attending to. Annual leave. So Qingyi actually takes annual leave every now and then. Which makes her a step better than freaking Xu Yun, who needs to be forced to take her leave. Yes, that surprised me too, but if you run into any problems, you can also talk to me. I'll take care of it just the same. What about Xu Yuan? You seem to know quite a few officers over at the precinct. Xu Yuan's been carrying out an important operation for some time now, and hasn't been back to the precinct since. I see. It's just that we've been talking to Qingyi all this time, so we prefer to wait until she's back. Oh, is that how it is? Alright, once Officer Qingyi's back to work, I'll bring it up with her.
I just tried contacting Qingyi again, but still no reply. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Do you think she went into the hollow alone without getting approved for a carrot?
Very. Quickly search Internet for any post that might have been made by Qingyi.
Actually, I would buy that Qingyi would do an internet post before, at least before Xu Yuan.
Search complete. There is a suspicious post. The content is as follows. Esteemed proxies, I wish to hereby notify you of a Bamboo Rescue Commission in the Cretan Hollow.
That sounds like Qingyi for sure.
Based on data analysis and pattern recognition results, the rescue target is likely in the T8AE32 area. Any interested parties may leave a message. Details to be discussed in person. Meeting face-to-face can effectively advance the work progress.
Data analysis and pattern recognition, along with that old-fashioned tone. It's definitely Qingyi.
That didn't translate well, because I assume that that's using older Chinese/Japanese versus English, where it's just more polite, which is not necessarily older fashioned tone, you know?
Bad news. There have been no responses to the post from any proxy, and the last message was posted by the author 13 minutes ago saying, I have arrived near the hollow. Just checking one last time. If there are no takers for the job, then so be it.
Belle, if we hurry straight to the target area mentioned in the post, we might still make it in time.
Yeah, there's no time to lose.
Yeah, I'm not letting her go in there by herself. Absolutely not. Qingyi, what are you doing? You're supposed to be working the front desk. Alright. In we go. Oh, sweet. My Qingyi got upgraded to level 60. I love it.
Let me finish my cup of...
Time for
Nothing to fear. The cunning hairs are here.
Yeah.
Officer 148, Zhu Yuan, ready.
This is good enough. I'll take it like this. It's kind of my usual team. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt you more than it hurts me. Alright.
Master, I have located Officer Qingyi.
That ought to be a trip, by the way. If any other proxy had actually grabbed that commission, showed up in person, and saw a public security officer there, they'd be like, oh my god, this is a sting! Luckily, we were hiding behind our bamboo.
Huh, a familiar bamboo indeed. We meet again, Phaethon. As the #1 wanted proxy on Internet, isn't it a bit careless of you to take the job?
It was a bit careless for you to post it in the first place, just saying.
I wanted to see why public security would be recruiting proxies. Consider it as banking some goodwill for future papers.
Huh? What? Did you know it was a job from public security when you accepted it?
I guess it is true. Nothing in that posting would have honestly tipped anybody off that it was from public security, but nobody accepted it, so...
To be honest, Officer Qingyi, your post on Internet was way too obvious.
I suppose maybe it is. I'm not familiar with Internet as much as these two would be, so...
So it was too obvious, which is why nobody signed up for this gig. Then why would Phaethon...
Because what we said.
Could you actually be a decent person?
Oh my goodness, it's almost like people are humans. Oh wait, I forgot who I was talking to for a second. She's still trying to figure out how humans work.
It wouldn't hurt to say something nice without sounding completely shocked.
Very well. I suppose it's only fair to show a bit of courtesy now that I require your assistance. The situation is this. I'm tracking a vehicle related to the case, and it found traces that could belong to that car. I need a proxy for navigation inside the hollow. Please assist me with my investigation.
I was curious as how they were going to handle this particular piece, because if we... or whether this agent story was going to be purely outside the hollow, which we have yet to have any of them be that, or how we were going to get around the fact that still Zhu Yuan and Qingyi don't know who we are as Phaethon, other than, you know, the Bangbu is Phaethon, you know?
The suspicious vehicle we were staking out was last seen here. All traces of suspicious activity must be investigated. Compared to the legal investigation activities registered by the HIA, everything else counts as suspicious activity. I'm sending the coordinates to you now.
Grabbing things first.
Master, high ether activity detected coming from this forklift. This matches the evidence previously collected by Officer Qingyi.
A forklift? They're not exactly a rare sight in the Hollows. But how should I put this? This particular forklift seems to be giving its own game away.
Its own... huh? Care to elaborate?
It seems to be screaming, I'm just a totally normal abandoned forklift. I'm not blocking anything at all.
Okay. There's a forklift that gives off a strongly sus vibe. Should we check it out? Or should we keep searching elsewhere? Speaking of which, what did Qingyi mean by that rhetorical question? Here's where I put my dexterity to use. Squeeze through the gap in the forklift.
Proxy, don't overdo it. If you encounter danger, get out of there.
Master, unknown distress signal detected. Analysis complete. The distress signal is coming from a Bangbu. A route to the source of the distress signal has been identified.
Officer, we've detected a Bangbu search and rescue signal. You certainly know what you're doing. So much so that I want to break my promise and arrest you.
Huh? No, Qingyi! Please!
Catch me if you can, Officer Grandma.
Oh!
So infuriating. Slow down. Respecting your elders is a virtue.
Okay, I think Belle deserves to be arrested just for that line alone. It's over here. Yeah, I thought there was something there. Worth. Worth. Alright.
I think I just heard a click, but nothing happened.
The ejector failed to launch. Oh, the recklessness of youth.
Shut up,
Not to
Qingyi.
worry, I'll fix it. Don't go running off, Proxy.
The source is just up ahead. Belle, go wait for Qingyi over there.
I don't like where this is going. We've been separated from our agent. Qingyi, you ready yet? Huh? Stop blinking at me and fix the thing, dang it. Of course.
Strange. The signal should have been coming from here. Teddy, is that you?
However, there's no sign of Teddy or any other Bangbu nearby. Barry helped you pinpoint the location. You finally found a broken Bangbu head under a pile of trash.
Bing Bong's here! The Bangbu Boonapper strike again!
That's a heck of a name, let me tell you.
Who's this?
I already said I'm Bang Bong from the Bang Boo Boonappers! Oh, what do we have here? A little Bang Boo that can talk. Don't see that every day. Gonna be sure to nab this one. Speaking of which, that emergency signal device that we took off of Bang Boo, it is really coming in handy. Seems any Bang Boo would fall for it.
Something's off about this guy. Let's get out of here and find Qingyi.
Oh? You're not going anywhere. You're property of the Bang Boo Boonappers now. Here, have a taste of this special Bang Boo spray.
Oh, this is gonna suck. With a beep, your vision goes out. Huh? What happened?
Everything suddenly went black. Did we lose the connection with Eos? Belle, are you alright?
All of a sudden, my eyes started hurting.
Your eyes?
Don't worry, I'm okay now.
That's like the second or third time that's happened to
it?
us for Eos.
Can you still connect to Eos? Hurry.
After disconnecting, I've sent 28 reconnection requests. All have failed. Now attempting to use a backup line.
Eos.
I have successfully connected via the backup line, but the transmission is extremely unstable. It appears that the communication system has been severely damaged.
This isn't good.
However, the communication signal between Eos and Qingyi hasn't been damaged. Do you wish to bridge a connection via Eos to connect to Qingyi? To prevent Master's identity from being exposed, I can add a heavy voice masking effect for both of you.
I assume this is something that's been kind of put out there, but I assume that there's usually a voice masking effect when we speak through Eos. But obviously, since we'd be linking through Eos, we would need the voice masking effect applied.
However, there is still a 43% chance of you being recognized by Officer Qingyi. What's your decision, Master?
You know what?
We have to save Eos.
Understood.
That one is probably a little stronger for Belle, I would guess.
To Qingyi via Eos.
Qingyi, can you hear me?
Oh? Has the connection been restored? That's Faithin for you. Don't worry. I've arrived at the location of the emergency signal. I'll be sure to rescue your Bang Boo. I'll need him to get out of this hollow. I don't want to become an ethereal.
Okay. Nice. So far, so good. Let's go. Load and Nate.
Officer Qingyi here. I've arrived at the scene. Let's go save your Bang Boo.
Thanks.
Taking the shot.
Fine.
Understood.
Okay.
An opening.
Done and done. Wonderful. I want Denny's. That's part of the reason why I can't level up is lack of Denny's. Flippy flip.
Standing by.
You can share the load, Zhu-Yuan.
Taking the shot. Let's move. Don't even try it. You're surrounded.
Watch out!
Right back at ya! What's this?
Understood.
The pleasure's all yours.
Cease and desist!
The suspect has given up and surrendered.
Okay, there we go. I'm used to wipeout happening.
No! I've had enough! Please, go easy on me, officer.
Absolutely not.
Anyway, what's a public security officer doing around here? Is it really worth all the trouble to come after a little resale business like ours?
Uh-huh.
Incorrect. At this moment, I am not a public security officer.
I guess, yeah, because she's breaking the law by having to hire a proxy, so it makes sense that she's not a PubSec officer. Okay.
Now, tell me, or you'll get a taste of this pepper spray. I mean, special bamboo spray.
Huh?
No, wait! No, that is not pepper spray! It's a concentrated ether solution. Please.
Which is super illegal, by the way.
Go! I'll tell you everything!
Why is all the voice acting so freaking good? Like, it's bouncy and fun. And obviously when it needs to be real, it be real. Holy sneaky.
Concentrated ether solution? Eos!
That's right. The person you just heard is a fellow public security investigator. A heinous crime.
But you just said you were not a public security investigator.
Wait, officer! I had no idea! I wouldn't dare do such a thing!
I did it again!
Wait, didn't you just say you weren't from public security?
I called it. X2.
Then explain. Why did you attack a bamboo? Where is your base?
Second doesn't
How
need to be
did you
said
carry
without
out
an...
the crimes?
If she's not a public security officer, can he... Huh. They do make reference to Miranda-ish rights whenever Qingyi... well, specifically actually Zhiyuan says things. I think that's still a thing. You have the right to remain silent and all that other jazz. But since she never said she was a public security officer, can they still remain silent and not... Because I don't think that any of this could be even recorded. Anyway, not important. I'm overthinking things. After confessing everything, Bing Bong is devastated and turns himself in.
I see. So you would use the concentrated ether solution to instantly corrupt the bamboo and cause its systems to malfunction, disrupting communication, self-recovery modules, and other functions. If that's the case, then Teddy wouldn't be able to send out a distress signal to public security. But kidnapping bamboo just to dismantle them and sell off the parts? How could he have embarked on such an unreliable path of crime?
Unreliable path? Well, that's a weird thing to say.
By the way, how is your bamboo doing?
How is Eos?
He doesn't appear to have any cosmetic damage, but it seems like his intelligence has suffered a drop.
Master, I have both good news and bad news.
Get to the point, Fairy!
Tell me the bad news first.
Eos is only capable of basic communication for the time being. The module for collecting holo data has been damaged by 87%. Please do not use it.
Ooh.
As for the good news, there is no more bad news.
Oh my god, Fairy!
Oh, Teddy has already been sprayed with the ether spray for several days. If we don't hurry, there'll be no hope of saving him. According to Bing Bong's account, there's still a whole pile of stolen bamboo in their hideout. We've detained Bing Bong, but if we don't act now, it'll alert the others. But no matter what, we must continue the rescue. What do you think, Faithin?
Agreed. But Eos has been damaged. What should we do?
Officer Qingyi, I believe it is time to use that technology, if you know what I mean.
Huh? Explain, Fairy?
We sprung from the same stalk. What need each the other fry? An AI calculating an AI. But it is a good idea.
Huh? We sprung from the same stock. What need the each... What?
You mean that technology, right? Very well. Let's proceed.
Arewa nani?
Very well. Let's proceed.
Wait, you AIs. Mind explaining in human language so we can all understand?
Affirmative. Translating communication into language that can be understood by humans using distributed computing. A portion of EOS's functions can be installed onto Officer Qingyi's system.
Wait, are we gonna be looking through Qingyi's eyes? Huh.
I still don't quite understand.
Catch up, Wise!
Understood.
You're supposed to be the smart one
to
of
explain
the two of
EOS
us.
and Qingyi's distributed computing technology in layman's terms. You will use sensory sync with Officer Qingyi.
Ooh.
By using distributed computing, you can immediately restore the ability to search the hollow as long as we can maintain stable communication. The risk of using this technology is that Officer Qingyi will also be affected by EOS's ether corruption.
Makes sense, yeah. We've established that ether corruption can go through technology specifically like that, yeah, huh?
Oh. But...
It matters not.
I'm gonna go with the first one.
Just don't overdo it, Qingyi.
Don't worry. I'm a 01NG6 criminal investigation automaton. It's my duty to save every citizen of New Eridu.
I will point out that that the law has established that Bangbu are not citizens by default. So the fact that you're going out of your way to rescue this Bangbu shows that you're not following the rules as written.
I'm not such a fragile existence like humans. Isn't that right, little Bangbu?
Oh, if he is
I've granted you access to my interface, AI. Let's start the sync.
Understood. Initiating sensory sync.
This ought to be interesting. I think I saw this in the teaser somewhat, right? Yeah, I was about to say, it was like that, except it was more vertical, and here we are. Yeah, this was in the teaser. Ooh, but this other half wasn't.
Packaging distributed virtual interface. HDD unidirectional control on standby.
Activate the connection.
God, I miss seeing the eye glow that that Bell or the proxy in general gets. EOS Qingyi distributed computing has been activated. Now synchronized with Qingyi's sensory system.
Anyway, the secret passage is right here. Let me give it a scan first. Sure enough, here it is. Looks like Bing Bong wasn't lying after all.
That's nice to know. Down we go. There he is!
Oh, it's a shark boo. The chance of it being Teddy is...
There's a lifeless shark boo here. It's not Teddy. It's not Teddy. It's not Teddy. All you can do now is pray.
Master, your powers of deduction know no bounds. The identity of this shark boo cannot be ascertained.
Why is there so many shark boos?
Not Teddy.
Bangbu Boo Nappers went rather extreme lengths to ensure the shark boo didn't become an ethereal.
This shark boo's chassis is covered in vicious scratches from being stripped down.
What?
Non-living components will not transform into ethereals. Reminder, please do not be lulled into a false sense of security by the seemingly cute name of the Bangbu Boo Nappers.
Yeah.
It's all in a day's work for a public security officer. Proxy, I suggest you turn away. I don't want your Bangbu to see what happens next.
What?
Oh, is this a memory chip? Criminals always say, dead men tell no tales, silencing witnesses to cover up their crimes.
I mean, when it comes to humans, that works, 100% of the time, but we're talking about now artificial intelligence, so
The
that's a little
data's
bit
been
different.
recovered. Access my mind space and I'll share it with you.
Alright. Here's the Boo Nappers. Hitting a button.
They've used the shark boo as a switch to open up the secret passage.
Red.
Enter the passcode, and then it's open sesame.
Alright.
Reminder, there is a 99% probability of finding clues on the shark.
They've used the shark boo as a switch to open up the secret passage. Just what exactly do those uncivilized thugs take intelligent constructs for?
Tools, as you've mentioned before. You know, just saying.
I thought the kind of criminal syndicate that would take in the likes of Bing Bong would lack the intelligence to be capable of causing any serious trouble. But it appears that thought was rather naive.
Although you fell victim to the shark boo's reflexive bite, fortunately, it has resulted in the discovery of the switch for the secret passage.
Yay!
Press it to open up the passage. There are 4 distorted numbers etched beneath the sticker. It's probably not the passcode for the secret passage. Is this the passcode for the secret passage? It seems to be the passcode for the secret passage.
Barry, why are you repeating yourself? 1138.
Agreed.
Okay.
Officer Qingyi is absolutely correct. Engaging in criminal activity with this level of intellect is vastly overconfident.
Alright.
We've pieced together the clues. Time to exit the mind space. Enter the passcode to the secret passage to open it. You haven't forgotten it, have you, Proxy?
I remember the passcode. It's...
Open green pea!
What? Open green pea.
Master, one of the thugs from the Bang Boo Nappers has been your small size plus their limited intelligence have precluded your discovery for now. However, suggestion. Factoring in Officer Qingyi's current state and the 78.36% likelihood that she is currently overdoing it, combat should be avoided for now.
Alright.
The thug patrolling, he's so close. The movie finally finishes, and the thug finally...
Alright, so the thug...
The thug he's so... The movie final...
I wish it would show me or tell me beforehand that this thing was...
So many Bang Boo. And they all need rescuing.
Before I do that, I'm gonna do a thing.
Sufficient gear coins paid. Authentication successful. Opening valve.
Why is this Bang Boo's face twitching like that?
Please note, the following information is not suitable for Bang Boo.
What?
For the sake of EOS's well-being, I have changed dismantling to petting and vital signs to final baseline. Please forgive me for any difference in semantics.
I don't like where this is going.
This Bang Boo seems to have been petted inhumanely, losing its final baseline and leaving behind nothing more than its chassis.
Just like the shark boo earlier. Yet another one. How inhumane. Committing crimes
Apparently not
against
inhumane because they're Bang Boo, but you know.
One after the other. Also, they can take their bodies for their own and flip them for a profit. Oh, human desire. How could you have ever become so twisted? It's completely destroyed. Let's take it out once the rescue is over. It's completely destroyed. It's still conscious. Hold on. I'll get you out of here soon.
Master, Scans have detected a non-corrupted and conscious Avakabu.
So that's how you pronounce that. Avocado.
It has tried to lie down flat, but has instead been rocking back and forth by 0.5 millimeters at an incredibly high frequency. Hypothesis.
Holy moly.
The Avakabu tried to play dead, but ended up exposing itself in its state of panic.
I am Officer Qingyi. You're safe now, Avakabu. Why is it shaking even more now? Could it be that it snuck into this hollow without permission, and now it's even more panicked?
Possibly. Yeah, the electric remains silent. My friend Electroboo. They eat bamboo. I hope that that's just... Let's see. We're here to save everyone. I was meant to guard the exit while the Electro brought everyone back out. I wanted to find them too, but the Electroboo told me to stay here. Open the exit. Nobody can get out of the... Key the valve gets lost. Promise to catch them. Thank you for the key. You're much appreciated. Alright, open up the gate. What do we got? No choice here. No choice but battle here. Alright, don't overextend yourself, Qingyi. Let's go. Let's see what we do here.
An ingenious move.
The pleasure's all yours.
Going all out! Don't even try it. You're surrounded!
Nice and quick. This is why I pulled for both Qingyi and Zhiyuan. Abso-flippin'-lutely.
The corruption isn't obvious, but I've almost used up all my power. Don't worry too much about your friend, Avakabu. It'll wake up once it gets out and is all charged up. Link up to the Electroboo and read its memory chip.
Alright. What do we got?
It's the POV of the Electroboo. Looks like we've successfully accessed its memory.
Alright.
It shocked its way through the door lock using high voltage. That's no small feat.
This is deep inside the Bangbu Boonapper's base.
It's huge, yeah.
It's enormous.
Absolutely.
There
Whoa.
are the guards, just as expected.
I heard something. Huh? What's the Bangbu doing here? Is it an escapee? Don't move!
Got out through this door.
Huh? I think I just saw the silhouette of a shark boo. Let me investigate. Hang on. There was a shark boo among all those Bangbu. Let me just check if it's Teddy.
Please and thank you. Small dent on its ear, which again, I don't remember that shark boos have any ears. A blob of glue stuck to the butt.
Teddy has a nick on his ear from when he was protecting Holly once. And there's glue on his butt that Holly stuck there when she was just a kid. It's Teddy. We did it! The corruption is starting to show now. We have to hurry. Now that we know where Teddy is, how can we get in there?
Come on, Electroboo. It's a thug that's on a similar level to...
Alright, next half. Took off. I saw the other one, yeah.
We can't let any of our Bangbu get away!
This guy really knows how to fight. Incredible.
Okay, okay. Doesn't seem...
You're the boss finds out about this, he'll talk my pay for a month. Ow, fuck it!
No. Nah, now it's done.
Oh, nowhere to run now. Trying to squeeze your way through?
Oh, nope, he's trapped.
Little bang you. You'll never make it out. Just give up.
There's one other option, okay.
The Bang Boo are escaping! Boss! Ah! What do you think you're doing? Shouting for the boss over this?
The data's been corrupted. Go and manually recover it at the Electroboo's. The Electroboo should still be mobile. If I'm not mistaken, we can follow it in, and we should run into it while it is making its escape. There's still some information missing. Keep looking for the last part. The data has been recovered. We can unlock the next memory now.
Deep in?
This should be the Electroboo's memory of when it was attacked. Oh, the shocked Bang Boo have started to come too.
He's beaten them silly, but they're still trying to run off!
Bing bong? Alright.
You're not going to do this the easy way. We'll have to do it the hard way.
That must be the boss. This thug is their boss.
Okay.
He's both stronger and smarter than any of the thugs we've run into so far. Well, he's at least 0.73% better. Look, the gloves that 0.73% guy used to pick up the Electroboo are completely scorched. Meaning, we can trace his fingerprints and uncover his true identity. Turns out that 0.73% guy is no joke.
Fugitive
He's
suspect,
a fugitive suspect in 3 criminal investigations.
Regarding?
No wonder he hasn't been caught. Has he been laying low in the hollows all this time?
I mean, knowing the mountain lions did kind of the same thing. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
Well, seeing as you're so keen to come down to the precinct, don't blame me if I show you no mercy next time we see each other.
Alright. And Electroboo?
The Electroboo converts its last remnants of strength into electricity and releases it.
That must be the boss these guys were talking about, right?
Okay, so we're actually on the back end of this. Okay.
The Electroboo bell. The entrance is over here.
That's pretty much all of the info. We can head back now.
Alright. Then let's roll.
The Electroboo has been a real help. Let's head over to the secret passage.
Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel. Oh, wait. This didn't go the way I thought it was.
Teddy should be right here. It's that 0.73% guy. Take him out, and we can rescue Teddy. It's completely destroyed. Let's take it out once the rescue is over.
Yeah, we're beating the Jesus out of this guy. I don't care. I'll come back later for whatever else is left, but I'm pretty sure I've gotten everything. Let's go.
The pressure's so high. The target is just up ahead. Joey, can you hold on?
I'm fine. Saving Teddy is what's important.
Standing by.
Don't push it too far. Huh?
An opening.
All right, come on.
Sure.
Go on. Done and done.
With pleasure.
Alright, next road. There's the big boss.
What's this?
An elite enemy? Now things are starting to get a bit tricky. Nevertheless, I'm still going to get all of the civilians out of here. None left behind.
I want a bonus for this!
Justice will be served.
Going all out! Don't even try it. You're
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
You asked for it.
Cease and desist!
Alright. Teddy! Is she dragging? Oh, okay.
Less than 50 meters. The hollow exit is just up ahead.
Uh-oh.
Qingyi, do you copy? Can you make it?
Humans. Such an interesting species. These aren't living creatures.
Fuck you, yes they are.
Them, no matter what.
Neither. Look at what you're doing.
This obsession, longing, and suffering.
I'd like to say you're being a hypocrite.
Is that what life truly is?
Yeah. Welcome to the real world. Is it weird that I felt a little bit more horrified, etc., about the consciousness of two Bangbu merging in a side quest than, you know, them gutting out Bangbu here? It might be not because that I understand what the bad guys are doing. It's that I understand that there are people out there that don't look at things that don't look human enough, i.e. the Bangbu, as deserving of the same kind of care and respect as other humans. There are some people out there that don't look at other humans that way for the first part, so I guess that's why it doesn't surprise me. But by the same token, the side quest where the two consciousnesses got merged basically do the same thing. A guy pretending to be one of the Bangbu's friends forcing a sync that ended up deleting both of them and creating a new thing in the first place. Thanks to Phaeton's contact, Zhu Yuan and Seth arrived just in time and rescued the fainted Qingyi and Bangbu. Severely corrupted Qingyi and Eos were all sent for maintenance and cleaning. It took several days for them to be sent back. You hear another familiar knock on the door. Sure enough, it's Qingyi.
3 strikes and you're done, right? We've already had public security's help 3 times now. Why don't we just skip today?
You misunderstand. I'm just here to express my gratitude. You two upstanding citizens helped me investigate the missing Bangbu case. Thank you. Teddy was repaired and I took him to Holly. It was quite moving to see them reunited.
Not really neat.
Don't worry about it. Besides, we didn't really help that much, right?
At least that stutter makes more sense in this context, because it's like, because, you know, we didn't really help that much. We just kind of got things kicked off.
Right. If it weren't for Qingyi, then we could have easily lost Eos.
Shut up, Wise!
What was that you were saying?
Oh, I was just thinking to ask how you've recovered, Qingyi.
Also, I love the fact that 18 basically looked over there manning the front desk. Both looks like he's seen some shit, because he's absolutely just petrified there, being a frozen background. And also looks basically like Eos, and Qingyi says nothing. about it.
My body is fine, of course. After some maintenance, I'm feeling even better than before. If anything, the real headache is that Juyuan and her constant nagging about how reckless we were.
We?
Zhu Yuan is probably just hoping that you will take better care of yourself.
Actually, I'm not a person who doesn't look after myself. I've always known how important I am.
To whom?
It's just that as automatons, our views on life are quite different from those of humans.
That's fair. You know what? That's still fair.
In the end, the purpose of intelligent machines is to be discarded in place of humans when danger arises.
That's not cool.
However, you could say I felt a certain weight inside the hollow this time.
What do you mean by weight?
Huh? What do you mean by weight? Did you pick up something heavy?
Well, I guess I could say that I understood the weight of life.
Strange.
I don't know. Maybe I've been affected by humans somehow.
Actually, it doesn't matter if we're talking about a Bangbu or you, Qingyi. We've never thought of you as something that could just be discarded in a moment of danger.
Absolutely not.
Right. Both of you are important and irreplaceable partners.
A friendly reminder, Master. If you are handing out compliments, then please, don't forget Fairy.
Shut up, Fairy.
I suppose this is a similar feeling to what happened inside the hollow.
And yet, you still haven't actually told us what happened in the hollow.
If you're so curious, then perhaps you'd be interested in applying to become an assistant public security officer.
Weren't we already that?
Become a public security officer? No, that's not for me. Besides, community service work is way too...
You do it all the time anyway, Belle.
Speaking of which, after Juyuan heard the whole story, she decided to put the plan to completely abolish Internaut on hold for now.
Which makes sense because the Internaut thing helped solve a case.
As for the local community services, unfortunately, that will become a standardized project in the future. It's a real headache. By the way, I also brought the horror movies I rented for community service last time. I figured now would be the best time to return them.
You're here anyway,
I felt
sure.
like the scenes where someone was possessed really resonated with me.
I wonder why. Also, supernatural horror, huh?
Oh, what do you mean? How would an intelligent machine empathize with that?
Qingyi shows profound expression on her face. For a moment, it seems as if something flashed through her eyes. Was it a blue circle? I mean, Wi-Fi though, Belle. That's all I gotta say. There's still Wi-Fi.
We can't let Eos meet Qingyi.
Huh? When did you get here, Eos? Bangbu 01?
By the way, look at his freaking scarf. Not only 01 fine. Oh, 01, yeah. Why doesn't it say Eos there?
The feeling of being possessed is indeed unbearable.
Are they trying to make us feel bad for doing the deep dive into Eos every single time we go out?
But it really seems to make you stronger, doesn't it?
They did that in Dragon Ball FighterZ, I think. That was the excuse. Did Eos just happen to come home at that moment? I always wonder if Qingyi knows about us. I really want to know if she knows or not, but who knows? Wise! Don't even think about it, Belle. If Qingyi wanted to expose us, she'd have done it by now. Yeah, there's no other way to see it. And we are done. I guess I wasn't that... As much as I saw those memes, it didn't hit me as hard, if only just because of the fact, again, I feel like it doesn't surprise me that the people out there treat, you know, things that other people find, maybe not sentient. I'm gonna use plushies as an example, right? Plushies are near and dear to especially a child's heart. But there's going to be some people out there that are like, well, I can sell this on the market if I just look at freaking Toy Story 2 in specific as another good example. That's why I'm not 100% you know, in my mind, I'm not 100%. It didn't surprise me. I wasn't as horrified because, again, because I'm a little bit on the side of Qingyi in one sense. They can be repaired to a point, but you tell me that these guys were ripping, like maybe because they never mentioned ripping out logic cores. It was always just kind of like taking out other bits and bobs that could be replaced and whatever. That's why I didn't care. But if there was something specifically about the logic cores either being damaged or ripped to shreds, then I probably would have been super horrified about it. Maybe it's just because I have a better understanding, I'm not sure why I would, but a better understanding myself of it's okay to a point. Now, I still wouldn't accept what they did to the bamboo in general, but I'm not horrified or torn to shreds emotionally about it. It is interesting, though. Bing, bing, bong, bong, bang, boo. Done and done. Oh, let's go do some stuff. I need to... Let's do some planning because, again...
Officer 148, Zhu ready.
As I've mentioned, I upgraded my Internaut level, so now I have to figure out what I need to do. Okay. 52. I'm stopping at around 55 because some stuff I looked up showed that anything beyond 55 is a little bit of a waste. Yeah, but it didn't mention specifically anything about the logic core. It mentioned about it being disemboweled and that it no longer was functioning, but that could be just the body and the logic core is separated. Think of it this way. And I might be a little bit feel stronger this way specifically in my brain because of I work with computers consistently. If I take the master hard drive, the boot drive, right, of a PC and stick it into a completely other PC, it's like that new PC is like my old PC. It makes no difference. The only problem, I guess, would be whatever suffering the Bangbu was under during that time frame. But assuming that there's very little suffering, considering the disconnect that we had, right? Thanks to the Bangbu spray that they had, maybe that's why I'm feeling a little meh about it. But it doesn't mention anything specifically about the logic core other than it not being there. But that's neither here nor there, in my opinion. Again. But I guess because they didn't specifically mention the logic core, it didn't do anything for me. Again, I felt more horrified at the logic code merging together from two separate Bangbu while they were trying to be copied over for, you know, nefarious purposes. I was super horrified at what was going on there because it's literally taking two people, killing them, and creating a third. You know? Because that's their sentience we're talking about. Whereas here, we don't know what happened to those other cores. They might have been placed elsewhere and just sold off. To me, it's about as bad as slave labor at that point. Because again, they don't feel anything. I don't know. It might be just, again, because I work with PCs a lot, I can see scrapping PC. But this is where I do agree a little bit with with Qingyi. Because pieces don't matter to the artificial life forms. Because they can be rebuilt. It's like, if we wanted to have an equivalent in human, it's like when a parent, you know, panics for a moment because of a broken arm, but at least that can be set and kind of, you know, heal and be done, when the other alternative is you outright dying, you know? But not the primary piece. But but that's the I guess this is the major problem and why maybe I'm having a hard time with having more sympathy other than, you know, you assholes kidnapping Bangbu from people. It's specifically that we don't know how Bangbu operate. They seem to be super customizable. They do have sentience that is based out of their logic core, but what else does the logic core require to continue functioning? Or is it like when Qingyi lost all of her battery power and basically just shut down? Is taking a logic core out of the rest of the body basically just a shutdown procedure? Yeah, but they do that for a bunch of other things too. It's more symbolic. I don't know. Maybe because they were so hesitant to get into too much detail, which I get why, because EOS is listening too. I understand, you know, in-universe why. And I do understand also out-of-universe why you don't want to get into too much detail about this. But if I had detail on how Bangbu operate and how its pieces interconnect, separate from learning that all those pieces got ripped out, just to kind of separate the two things, I might have a better sense of what's going on. You know what I mean? Because to me, ripping out a core like that, assuming that you don't damage it too badly, which you're right, I guess they did say that they were ripped to shreds, so they weren't even being careful. Because if they were at least being careful, then it doesn't matter at all. Because again, taking out the core means basically, in my mind, means a shutdown procedure, which means that they're gonna come back up again. But if, I guess there is that. It did very clearly state that they were not being careful with their disassembly maneuvers. That's why disemboweling was the word being replaced. Yeah, we both know that they're not going to be peaceful and not damaging things storyline-wise. Yeah, because these guys are idiots. Qingyi established that very clearly. That's exactly what's going on. Yeah, if it wasn't for the fact of that, and even then I still feel a little because of the fact they... Maybe just because I played too many horror games myself. I played Silent Hill, I played, you know, Resident Evil. What other horror games have I played? You know, I sugarcoating it makes it seem a lot less bad, and I know that's the point. That is the point, so that you don't hurt A, other people's feelings, and B, EOS's, because obviously that might horrify him that, oh my god, if we get caught here and we don't do this, that's gonna happen to me. Oh yeah, I know that. They released the original Resident Evil 1, shitty voice acting and all, and they're gonna be doing 2 and 3 as well. I heard about that. I have them on PS1 though. Actually, no, I take it back. I have the director's cut of the PS1, but I have the GameCube versions of 2 and 3. So I'm not really interested in repurchasing them. I might if I have extra funds just to support such things, because honestly, I would rather do that than having to either hunt down very expensive things. Hey, you know, if you want it, go right ahead. Honestly, I think the classic Resident Evil games, specifically the old school PS1 versions, are worth it if, in the case of the first one, if only for the laughs of the terrible voice acting. Like, it's cheesy in the best ways possible. And then Resident Evil 2 is actually pretty good to see where a lot of the stuff that in the remake, if you played that, comes from. Okay. Yeah. But anyway, because I'm so used to not being sugarcoated with a bunch of different things, you know, sugarcoating it just kind of gives me that level of separation that I don't feel as attached. And granted, they did as close as they probably could or were willing to by saying, I'm gonna substitute words for things. I guess I should be... And it might be just because I've never seen a No, I take it back, because I have watched Shaun of the Dead. I was gonna say, I've never seen a disemboweling. even like in fiction, but then I've seen Shaun of the Dead. So I can't lie. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it might, honestly, it might be specifically because they never mentioned anything about the logic cores. Ah, yeah, that's absolutely true, Chaos. I've never seen that stuff in real life whatsoever. I've only seen it in dreams, certain video games, and again, movies. And obviously those have a certain unreality to them, so I kind of already have a degree of separation. But if you've seen that in real life, absolutely that's gonna affect you more than it would me. There's no question in my mind. No question. And honestly, I think the way to fix it for me, if I was to rewrite this slightly, is for them to have put somewhere about damaged logic cores. They skip over talking about the logic cores entirely and just focus on the other bits and bobs, or generically speaking about all the other bits and bobs. But if they mention the logic cores, then in one way, shape, or form, even just damaged logic cores being somewhere on the floor, then I would have been like, oh no, you motherfuckers. Because again, that is your whole sense of being. To me, if I had to equivalent something, and I'm going to bring at least spirituality into this, their logic cores are the equivalent of a human soul, right? Technically, it's closer to the equivalent of a brain if you wanted to take the spirituality of it out, but I'm going to put a little bit of spirituality into this one. Their logic core is the equivalent of a human soul. So if you damage that, they're gone. It's done. You could put in another, like I was excited to some degree, not actually excited, but what I figured, because I knew at least a little bit of what was going on, spoiled by some of the memes that had come around about it. What I thought was going to happen was that there was going to be just kind of like a pile of logic cores separated just so that, you know, the evidence wouldn't be there, you know, that they were stolen. And we had to find Teddy's logic core and stick it into the new Teddy, you know? And yes, that is still terrible that those logic cores got ripped out of the original bodies and all this other jazz. Fine. Fair play. However, the fact that they could just be stuck into another body kind of renders the whole thing moot, especially if they don't feel anything when their logic cores are not in the on position, you know? And also, the fact that Teddy was actually still fine despite us finding other... Oh, actually, yeah, no. He was on the lower/upper floor, so it makes sense. Maybe he was in a position where they hadn't harvested him yet. Versus the stuff that was underneath that they were mostly harvested. Yeah, I don't know. It might be just a weird thing for me just because of the fact that I, again, work with computers and... Sorry, you mean wording, not warning. Let me find the original bit there. You did say wording, though. They did that to the Bang Boo. Remember, Fairy changed the wording for it. Does it look like warning on the screen? Which paragraph? Did I miss something? This is the one with the primary pieces of artificial intelligence to 5. You're tearing apart everything, including the parts. No. Did it not get posted? Hold on. Let me see if there was something that was... No, I don't see anything. But something got lost. It's not even... I'm not even seeing it in the chat in general, much less my thing. Not even the chat overlay. I'm looking in the Twitch chat directly. Yeah, okay, there you go. That's the one. And that's the one where warning becomes wording. Gotcha. Yeah, that's the whole reason why they have to tone down the sexy too sometimes, just because they want to have some kids play it, so on and so forth. Despite it having some relatively adult things in here. And by adult, I just mean stuff that adults have to deal with in general. Pointing to the business license, driver's license stuff, bills. Yeah, it's really weird. I don't see the bots did anything, so it's kind of strange. That I could see anyway. Anyway, let's let me, before we wrap it up for tonight, let me decide what I want to do because I have some energy to use. I could get more EXP stuff, but I also need rank up stuff. Let's get Nekomata up. So let me do... Yeah, let me do the attacks.
Did you call me? Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if I want
Is something the
Nekomata.
matter?
But then again, I don't think there's anybody else coming out that is another attack. I would have to get
It's our turn, bro.
Anton, Soldier 11. Those are the only other two attackers I can get right now, right? Since Ellen's on the banner and I can't get that. And we know that the other two that are coming in 1.2, the other two coming in 1.1, one's defense and the other's anomaly, and then the other two in 1.2, one's anomaly and one is defense as well. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's head over to the place. Yeah, let's do the attack one. In fact, let's do this. Let's do one, since I have enough for 2 runs, we'll do 1 attack and then 1 EXP. That's what we'll do. And then we'll end it there for tonight. Tomorrow we're going to be doing Blue Archive because there's an event with Problem Solver 68 coming out. And we're definitely going to be pulling for Kayoko, one of my favorites, in a dress.
I'm here. This won't hurt.
Nah.
Surrender your weapon! Hip, hip. Drop the weapon!
Behave now.
Hands up!
Fine.
Understood.
This won't hurt. Nah.
Surrender your weapon!
Done and done. How fast was that? Give me the time. Oh, 47 seconds. It's a little slow. You're not level 51. Man. We're getting there. 9 more levels till max out. And then let's go back here. Let's roll.
An opening! Orders received.
I'm here.
Hip, drop the weapon! Yeah.
Yeah, I know moving forward in Zenless, I'll try to keep pulling the characters, but I'm not going to pull the Wenjins as often. Unless it's a character I really like to use. So, like, I'm definitely pulling on Jane Doe. And I'll just make an attempt. If I don't get her, I don't get her. Because I'm pulling more for Seth than for Jane Doe. And then I really want to get Caesar. Caesar looks really cool. Bernice is kind of like neither here nor there. Alright. How much does that level up my Qingyi?
Huh? Is something a new case to solve?
Almost there. Nicole has more attack than Ambi does. Holy moly. Anyway, not important. What about you? Not quite yet. Plus, I need more Denny. That's where I'm going to be short for a while, is trying to get my Denny's up more than the other bit. Yeah, basically I need these two to be ranked up because I like them. And then probably Piper. Piper will depend on whether or not I get Jane Doe. And then Luciana. Or Lucy. Who, by the way, is actually not it wasn't Piper who had the voice change, it was Lucy.
Let's take a break.
Remember I was saying that Piper, I didn't see any difference in her voice, but I did in Sokaku's.
Is it work time? Is food included? Sokaku, ready.
But Lucy was the other one.
Good day, Proxy.
Sounds a little different.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
That one does sound a little bit different. By comparison.
You want to test my hammer?
Alrighty. Anywhoozles. I think that's where we'll end it for tonight. Let me just do some collections of bits. Okay, so I did all the daily tasks already. Okay. Alrighty. But that's where we'll end it, because I'm already starting to kind of be asleep, because I'm not even commenting that much anymore. Anyway, let's see if there's anybody we can rad. Anybody worth? No, everybody's really, really big. Anyway, for the time being. Anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with me. You've all been 10 out of 10 with me, and I will see you guys come tomorrow for some event stories with Problem Solving 68. And apparently some spy business, considering that the event's called like 0068 in Blue Archive tomorrow. And then just to plan out the rest of the week, we have, then we'll go back to, I was going to say to Zenless. No, not Zenless. To Honkai on Wednesday. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever it is that you are.